as put it out. And then we're done. Keep going.
Oh, I
They
love
help
that
my.
face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
To see you again.
I know. We're going to see you soon, David. I promise.
Oh no, my mom is. Sorry, the storm got it here. Awful storm, awful.
You're right. We did have a storm yesterday.
We
Yeah.
sure did. It was bad.
Yeah,
This
it is.
is down. This stop.
Yeah,
Back
David
here.
is not a fan of storms.
I know. House. I know. The mom's
I know.
house. Well, we can't. Me, you doing? Hey, buddy.
Buddy. Oh my goodness. Okay,
Okay.
Priscilla, what you got today? Oh, I muted you instead of unmuting. Sorry.
Y'all should see my front yard. It looks like a bomb went off.
What?
From the storm?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A tree fell across the power line across the street from us. So that was kind of
Oh
scary.
my. And when I was asleep, a tree branch broke off. Like it was like broke like a snap. You know how
Yep.
yeah. I was like, dang, and it woke me up. It was like 3 something when it happened.
Wow.
A lot going on. All right, Miss Molly, maybe we can get started.
All right. All right, guys. So I know sometimes lately it seems like every time that we've done yoga, I've worn a shirt that ended up being kind of our theme for yoga. And I think I've worn this shirt before, but and I think it might be backwards. I never remember. Is it? Anyway, it's not backwards.
Good.
Okay. Can anybody read what it says? Priscilla, do you know what it says?
Do I kind of, okay, can you go back on Molly so I can read?
Everything.
Do everything
in
do everything in love.
Good job. Yes. Do everything in love. Uh-oh, I'm frozen. There I am. Okay. So yeah, it says do everything in love. And that's going to be kind of our focus and theme today is love. So I know in yoga we talk about energy and our energy centers. We have energy centers all in our body, but the center one, the one in the middle, is our heart or our love energy, and the love connects everything else, and that's the way it is in our life. If we don't lead with love, if we don't do everything with love, then there's no point in doing it, right? Even if we do something nice for someone, if we're not doing it out of love, then it doesn't really mean as much. So I know that you love to be loved. And one thing that I love about the Fun Club is how much love is surrounded by everybody. So today we'll talk about, we'll have a pretty typical yoga practice, but I just want to talk a lot about love and not only giving love. And if you notice, you know, our heart is right here. And did you know that our arms, think about it, our arms are kind of an extension of our heart because they grow right out from where our heart is. And so what is something that we can do with our arms that I know we haven't been able to do in with Fun Club friends for a while, but we love to hug. And you know how sometimes we hug ourselves in yoga, so we're going to do that. But so not only do we give love with hugs and serving others and helping our friends, but we also can receive love. So when we think about love, it's not just about giving, but it's also getting love back. So, all right, get on your mats, have a seat on the floor, wherever you're going to begin, and we will get started. And once again, I wear these earrings every time, and I always forget they're like kind of dangly. They're not even big, but they click on my AirPods. And even if y'all can't hear it, I can hear it, and it's aggravating. So I'm going to take them off before we get started. Okay. So we will start with a little seated cat-cow. So get in a comfortable position on the floor and maybe cross your legs. And just like when we're on our hands and knees, remember cat-cow, you inhale as you lift your heart, shine your heart toward the ceiling and arch your back, and then exhale as you round your back and tuck your chin. Inhale and exhale. Make those cat-cows as big and dramatic as you want. Remember, sometimes you can even use your arms. Inhaling and exhaling. Continue that with your own breath. Several rounds of cat-cow, just getting your spine warmed up. All right, now find completion with that. And before we continue, ground into both sits bones. Should have done that first. Make sure that you're sitting tall, that your shoulders are back and down, that your neck is in line with your spine. And remember that you're not slumped like this, but that you're sitting tall. So we did our cat-cow. Now bring your arms out wide. And perhaps the first time we're gonna give ourselves a big hug. First time, bring your right hand under your left and squeeze yourself, big hug. And then open it back up, and left arm under right, another big squeeze and hug. Then open it back up. Again, the other side, right arm under left. This time, inhale, sitting really tall, and exhale as you tip forward, maybe just tapping your elbows on the floor in front of you. And then lifting back up, opening back up, and switching arms. Inhale, sit tall, and exhale, lean forward, tap your elbows, and then coming back up. Good job. All right, so a little twist. Bring right hand to left knee, left hand behind you, and inhale, sit tall, and then exhale as you twist around, looking over your left shoulder. And continue to breathe, just breathing into that twist, getting everything warmed up. And then slowly bring it to the front. Left hand on right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, sit tall, and exhale as you twist around. All right, then coming back forward, staying on in a seated position with your legs crossed. Bring your hands in front. Inhale, sit tall, and then exhale as you start to crawl your hands out in front of you. Just as far as you feel like you can go. Your belly may feel a little crunched or limited with as you bend. So if you don't want to come this far, you can just come as far as you're comfortable and breathe into that forward fold. And then roll it back up. Bring both hands behind you. You can face your fingers toward your, I think it'd be more comfortable. Face your fingers away from you. So they're going to be pointed to the back of you. And just kind of walk them out just a little bit. And like when we inhale sitting tall, so we're not sitting tall, we're leaning back. But instead of just leaning back, inhale as you arch your back, shining your heart toward the ceiling. And then exhale. So you're kind of doing a cat-cow here, but your arms are behind you. Inhale and exhale. A couple more in this position. Inhale as you shine your heart, lifting your chest, and exhale as you round your back. It should be a slightly different feeling than maybe sitting straight up. All right, and then slowly walk your hands back up. We'll come to our hands and knees now. Maybe do a few cat-cows in this position. Remember, your elbows are directly under your shoulders. Your knees are right under your hips. And come into a cat-cow here. And then widen your knees. Bring big toes together and slide back into almost child's pose, not quite child's pose. Come up on your fingertips, so kind of tent your hands and feel a nice stretch in your back. And then take a deep breath and walk your hands off to the right, just as far as you can go. And then bring your left hand on top of your right hand and feel that nice stretch in your left side body. Few breaths there, then walk it back through the center and off to the left. And then bring right hand on top of left hand. And then coming back up. Then you can slide into child's pose. Maybe rest your forehead on the mat. And just take several breaths here in child's pose. And I want you to think about something else about love. We all want to be loved. We do a good job of loving others, or most of the time we do. Sometimes we forget. But it's important to love others, and we want to be loved. But something that I want to remind you of, that I want you to be thinking about as we go through our practice today, is loving yourself. So come up from that child's pose. If you're comfortable, you can stay on your knees. If you're not comfortable with this is called hero's pose. And so you're not up on your knees, you're sitting back on your heels. That's not comfortable for everybody. It's not comfortable for me for a long period of time, but we won't be here long. But with that concept of loving yourself, we're going to once more give ourselves a big hug. So again, if you're not comfortable here, you can come back down to a seat. You could just do your legs like this, or come to cross-legged position, whatever. Just get to a comfortable seat, but bring your arms out. And then one under the other, big hug. And bring your arms out and switch arms, and big hug again. So giving ourselves a hug, obviously, is a way that we're symbolizing loving ourselves. But remember last week we talked about balance, and we talked about, seems like the biggest thing with balance was a balanced diet. But all of those things we talked about for having balance in our lives all have to do with self-love. They all have to do with showing love to ourselves. And so taking care of our bodies, doing yoga, doing exercises, walking, drinking enough water, getting enough sleep, those are all ways that we can show ourselves that we love us and giving ourselves love. So come back to hands and knees wherever you are, and tuck your toes Take a big in breath, and on the exhale, push up to downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, walk the dog, maybe pedal your feet out. And then tiptoe your feet up to meet your hands into forward fold. When you come into forward fold, just hang out there. Just let it hang. You should feel a nice stretch all along the back side of your legs. And then slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, letting your head be the last thing. Then get settled. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift with a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Palms together. Hands to heart center. As your hands are at heart center, get grounded in both of your feet. Keep your hands at heart center. Maybe turn your hands and just place your hands on your heart. And feel your heartbeat. If you're comfortable, close your eyes. And think about nothing else but love. The love that others have shown you, ways that you can show others love. And right now, the most important is that we are showing ourselves some love. We're giving ourselves some love by this practice of yoga. And that even though we're all in separate houses and in our own spaces, we're all connected by love. All right, so I'm going to go through some sun salutations. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift with a flat back. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to plank. Hold plank for just a couple of breaths. Then lower your knees, untuck your toes, and very slowly, keeping your elbows squeezed in, lower all the way down to your belly. Hands by your ribs. Inhale, cobra. Shine in your heart. Remember that heart. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Then tiptoe your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, arms up, palms together, hands at heart center. We're going to do a few more sun salutations. And I just want to say something. I promise we're only going to do a few, but something that's interesting about what's coming up in a few days is the summer solstice. So it's still springtime right now, but this weekend it turns to summer. And Saturday, I believe it is the longest day of the year with the most sunlight. And lots of yoga classes, lots of yoga teachers on that day do 108 sun salutations. So be thankful that we're not doing 108 sun salutations, because that would be a whole lot. So I think that we will do 4. We've already done 1. We will do 3 more, but we're going to do them consecutively without really stopping and pausing. So we'll do 3 more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands and step back to plank. Lower your knees, lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. And then walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, arms up, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to plank. Lower your knees and lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. And bring your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, arms up, palms together. Hands at heart center. Last one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to plank. Lower your knees all the way flat like a pancake. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. And bring your feet once more. All the way up, palms together, and hands at heart center. Nice job. So, standing with both feet side by side, look down at your feet, making sure they're both grounded. Inhale both arms up, and bring your palms together so your fingers are pointed toward the sky, and just start to tip to one side. Just feeling a little side stretch. Inhale back up and come to the other side. And back up. Arms down. Bring your arms out wide once more. We'll give ourselves a hug standing. So bring right arm under left arm. Big hug. Arms out wide. Left under right. Big hug. Now we're going to add a challenge to the hug. So we're going to come to kind of a tree pose where we're just going to lift one leg. If that is a little too much, you can bring it over. Why don't we go ahead and do that? So bring your left leg, cross it over your right, and just bring your toe kind of to the side. So it's a little bit of a balancing pose. It's not like tree pose, but it's kind of an eagle pose. So left leg over right, find your balance. Maybe bring your hands to your heart to help you center. Then bring your arms out, and your left arm will go under your right and give yourself a big hug. And then maybe if you feel comfortable, dipping down, bringing your elbows to your knee, and then slowly coming back up. That was a different one. All right, then we switch. Cross right leg over left leg. Arms out, find your balance. Then your right arm under your left in that hug. And then if you feel like you can, start hinging at your hips and bending your knees, bringing your elbows to your knee, and then back up. All right, good job. Okay, so I'm coming back to the top of my mat. Not a full sun salutation, but inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step your right foot back for straight leg lunge. Step that right foot in just a little bit and point your toe to the front of front corner of your mat. Keep your front knee bent and carefully come up into a warrior one. So your hips are facing forward, your back leg is straight, your front knee is bent. Bring your hands behind, interlace your fingers. Inhale, pushing your hands down, lifting your heart, and then humbly, as you exhale, bring your chest to your thigh and just let your head hang into humble warrior. And slowly coming back up, staying in warrior one position, bringing your arms back up, interlacing your fingers, keeping your pointer fingers up in that temple mudra. And inhale, bring your hands to your heart. And exhale back out. Remember, sometimes we call this Warrior One with harmony, but today we're calling it Warrior One with love. So think about inhaling love into your heart and then exhaling it back out into the world to everyone you meet. Inhale that love and exhale that love. Few more. Inhaling and exhaling. Bringing love in, all the love in, and then taking all that love back out to everyone you meet. Good job. Then lower your hands and step your right foot to meet your left. Then inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step your left foot back. But instead of staying in that straight leg lunge, bring your left foot just a little bit forward so your toe is pointed to the front left corner of your mat, your leg is straight, front knee stays bent, and with control, bring it up to Warrior One. And then bring your hands behind you, interlace your fingers. Inhale as you shine your heart, and then exhale as you bow humbly into Humble Warrior, bringing your chest to your thigh, letting your head hang heavy. And bringing it back up, staying in Warrior One footprint. Arms up, interlace your fingers. Pointer fingers stay up. Inhale that love and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Several more rounds, thinking about bringing love into your heart from all the people around you that you know love you, and then exhaling that love back out to those people and even to other people that you may come in contact with. So inhaling that love and exhaling that love back out. Last one. Good job. Arms down. Bring it up. Shake it out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands. And again, right foot back. But this time, we're going to come into Warrior Two. So go ahead and lower your ankle and bring your foot, your back foot, your right foot to point in the other direction. Keep this knee bent, and you can cartwheel your arms up into Warrior Two. I'm not sure we've done Warrior Two in a few weeks, so remember our footing for Warrior Two. The heel of this foot should be in line with the arch of this foot. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight, hips are squared to the side, arms out straight, strong and steady. And then we've got reverse warrior and extended side angle. And sometimes we dance our warriors. So from Warrior Two, back to reverse warrior, through Warrior Two, but then to extended side angle. So dance your warrior with your own breath. Reverse, side angle, reverse, and side angle. And now your thigh may be and whoo, that hurts. So straighten that leg, give your thigh a little rest, your quad a little rest, and we'll do the same thing, but with two straightened legs. So we're coming into really more triangle and reverse triangle. So inhale it up, exhale back, inhale, and exhale, inhale. Just kind of tick-tocking back and forth between triangle and reverse triangle. And then find center again. And now, keeping both legs straight, but bring both toes to point in the same direction. Just a wide leg forward fold. Stand tall, inhaling, and then as you exhale, hinge at your hips and bring your hands out in front for wide leg forward fold. Find whatever is most comfortable for you here. Your hands can stay right under you. They can even come a little further behind. Maybe start to bend into one knee and then the other for just a little, some side lunges. Just getting a little side stretching. Then find stillness and bring your right hand right under your face and inhale your left hand up into a twist. Maybe even think about shining your heart and looking at that left hand. Then bring left hand back down and inhale, right hand up. You're twisting. If you can peek at that hand. And then back down and slowly bringing it back up. This time, point your toes out. We'll come into a goddess squat. And we're gonna kind of dance that like we did the other. So when we come down into it, our knees bend, our arms are bent, and then we'll straighten everything. So kind of, you're looking like a star, and then coming down into a squat. So inhale, big star. Exhale down into a squat, just as far as you can take it, as comfortable for you. So a few more rounds of 5-pointed star down into a squat. And when you come into that 5-pointed star, maybe even a little bit of a back bend, shining your heart. Last one. All right, and then from here, we're just gonna take warrior 2 to the other side. So bring whichever foot you have. We sometimes get the left and right mixed up. So whichever foot you didn't do last time, bring it and point this way, and then this other foot pointed the opposite way. So warrior 2, again, just the opposite way. Get your footing right from your heel to the arch of that foot. Inhale, arms up. You can make your warrior 2 as deep or as shallow is not the word, but as wide or as close together as you want, whatever feels right. Then just come into that reverse and that side angle. Inhale it up, exhale, inhale it back up, exhale into extended side angle. Continue that with your own breath, a few more rounds of this dancing warrior. And right now, your front knee is bent, and it may be that your thigh is getting a little bit tired. So go ahead and straighten it. So we'll go from triangle to reverse triangle. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale it back.
Chris, you were doing so good.
Yeah.
Come on, Chris.
Did he get tired?
I don't know, but he was doing so good.
Oh, I'm so excited. And guys, I'm going to take just a quick sip. All right, so finish that up and then come back to the center. And we'll come into a tree pose. And remember, make this your own. Don't worry about what anybody else's tree pose looks like. Don't worry about how your tree pose may have looked last week. You may feel stronger today. You may feel a bit more balanced. You may feel less so. But go ahead and ground into your right foot. Bend your left knee. Start with your heel just resting on your leg. Bring your hands to heart center. And this is our basis. This is where we start, friends. And if you want to stay here, that's okay. And even if this is a challenge and you feel a little wobbly, that's okay. But from here, you grow your tree as you feel comfortable. You can slide your foot up your leg, even all the way up to your thigh. I'm not feeling that today. And then grow your tree. And then maybe your branches blow in the wind. Maybe they don't. Maybe you need a hug during your tree pose. And even in your hug, you may feel so wobbly, and that's okay. Wobbling trees are just fine. Bring that foot down, shake it out. The foot that stayed grounded might be a little tired. Shake that foot out, then ground into your other foot. Start with hands at heart center, and you just make your tree however you want to. Make it your own. I can see little bits of screen, and I can see some people doing tree, and that makes me so happy. All right, so bring it down and shake it out. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of maybe a chair pose. I'm going to come to the side. Remember, with chair pose, look down at your feet, make sure they're both grounded. Maybe pick up your toes, spread them if you can, get a good foundation. Hands at heart center to start. And remember, the trick with chair is we always want to see our toes. Start to bend your knees and come into a seat. And oops, right here, I can no longer see my toes. Keeping my knees bent, if I bring my hips back, oh, I know. So peek at your toes. Come as deep into your chair pose as you feel comfortable, making sure that your chest, your heart is still shining forward, not hunched down like this. And then, if you can, twist to one side. Then back through center and twist to the other side. And then back to the center. Whew. Come up and shake it out. That chair pose can be a lot. So make your way back down to your seat. Straighten your left leg out to the front or kind of the side. Bend your right knee, bring the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Bring your hands just down to the floor. Inhale, sitting tall, and then exhale as you bend over that straightened leg. If you want to bring this arm to the outside of that leg or that foot to feel a little more of a stretch. And breathe into the stretch, feeling that release. And then slowly roll it back up. And this is a big heart opener pose that we do. And we usually do it in a flow, but we're going to hold it this time. So bring your right hand behind you, your left hand out straight. You'll be coming up on your right knee, and holding yourself up with your knee and your hand. So inhale up, shining your heart, opening up, just feeling that stretch, but also the strength in your hand and your leg that are grounded. And then sweep it back down and switch. So hands down, inhale, sit tall, then exhale as you fold over, straighten leg, bring your left hand up the outside of your right leg if you're able, and breathe into that stretch. And slowly bring it back up. Same thing, left hand behind, right arm out straight, coming up on your knee and supporting with your hand, but we'll hold it instead of coming up and down like we normally do. Inhale it up and just hold, shining your heart, wide open heart, but also being grounded in your left hand and left knee. Continue to breathe. And then bring it back down. Come back to a seated position, but instead of legs crossed, this time bring your feet together, the soles of your feet together. Grab hold of your ankles, and your knees don't have to come all the way down, but bring your heels as close to your seat as you can while still being comfortable. Inhale, sit tall, and then using your elbows as leverage maybe, start to hinge forward as you exhale. You should feel a really big stretch in your groin. And again, just come as far as you're comfortable. And if that's just right here, that's okay. And breathe into that stretch. Then coming back up. This time, bring feet out in front of you, hands behind, but make sure your fingers are pointed toward your body, toward your seat. So legs are straight. We're going to come into a reverse plank, which is a strengthening pose, but it's also a heart opening pose. So as you're coming up, make sure that you're staying strong through your core and that you're engaged all the way around, because that helps you stay up. So inhale as you rise and just hold as long as you're comfortable. Breathe, lifting higher if you can, and then lowering to rest. Inhale, back up one more time. And then exhale as you lower. Coming down to your back, make your way to your back, lifting your feet up, keep knees bent. Bring your arms out to a T and just drop your knees to the left. And adjust as you need to feel comfortable. You might want to scissor your legs. You might want to straighten one of them. Whatever feels the most comfortable in this twist. But if you're bringing your knees off to the left, then look over your right shoulder. And breathe into that twist. Then bring knees back up and drop them to the right side and look over your left shoulder. Make sure you continue to breathe. Then bring knees back up, and these last few movements. You do what feels best for you. You might rock side to side, hugging your knees into your chest. You might do a happy baby. Everybody knows how that looks. You might do a little rock and roll if that feels good on your spine. So you bring whatever movements right now that feel good for your body, what you feel like your body needs, whether that's a stretch or happy baby, or just going ahead and finding a comfortable resting pose for Shavasana, whatever feels best for you. But eventually, straightening your legs out in front and just letting your feet flop open. Bring your arms down beside you with your hands, your palms facing up. Relax every part of your body. If your jaw is clenched, if your teeth are tight, relax your jaw, relax your face. Relax your shoulders. Let your whole body melt into the floor. Kind of like jelly. We did some hard work today, but always end with just a little moment of relaxation and letting go. And maybe a few more breaths, and in your own time, however you want to come up to a seat, take your time, maybe roll to one side and cradle your head for a moment. But then eventually we will meet in an easy seat. All right, once everybody is in the easy seat, hands down by your side. Inhale, arms up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. And everyone together.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. Awesome. Hey, guys, I sure do love you.
We love Miss Molly.
I miss my Amy.
I'm Molly.
Yes.
We need to do that again.
We need to do what?
That's your
Oh, okay. Well, we've never really done that, but we can certainly do that. Have you ever done that, Christopher?
When I was in Fun Club.
Oh, okay.
I done it.
Cool.
Hey, Miss Stephanie. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry about that.
it's okay.
Where's your dog at?
She is at the lake.
Without me? Oh, come on!
And without me.
Tell her to invite me next time.
Seriously.
Nick.
So, Miss Stephanie, what's the word?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell y'all in just a second, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, Miss Stephanie, you want to hear something interesting?
I do.
Last Sunday, I saw somebody at Waffle House, and you might know him. He did go to Beaufort High School, and he's a coach for the girls' basketball team.
Coach Durden.
Yes?
Wow.
John. He's
wow.
one of my most favorite people in the world.
Yeah, I saw him on the nice. I just want to tell you.
Yeah. He's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I love Coach Durden.
I like Coach Adams.
Let's see. Pori, what do you want to say, babe?
I say cake fast.
You gonna tell him hello?
Yes.
All right.
Hello. Mr.
Back
Green,
to
pass. I can see your face, kitty cat.
I'm right here, hon.
well, you can't cut that.
Oh,
Hey, Miss
Oh,
Molly,
yes.
you know what nickname I was given to Coach Durden? You know, the basketball coach
What?
at the
I
Gino
do,
Latino.
Oh, wow. All right.
And guess what nickname he gave me?
What's that?
What?
Bassoon McGill Gorilla.
Oh, my goodness. I tell you what, he's a silly guy, that's for sure, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, but he's the great basketball coach.
Oh,
Mhm.
he sure is. He's a great guy.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you,
Well,
Miss
everybody have a
Molly.
great
See you next
day.
Tuesday, Molly.
You too,
Bye.
We
Bye,
will.
Molly.
Bye. Thank you.
Have fun.
Dee Dee.
All right.
Bye.
All right.
Hey, Bill.
Yes. Hey, Abrams.